All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. Can everybody hear me? I'm going to attempt to unmute the call. Wow, there's some noise. Maybe it's not a good idea. Hello, hello. If you're there, say hello. Tell me where you're from. What's your name? Give it a shout out. I guess it's probably not a good idea. Too many background noise there, I think. So I'm not going to try that this go around. But folks, if you can hear me, good evening and welcome to the Sunday evening call. It's the 26th of June, 2016, and I'm here. My name is Ralph Simpson. I'm here to share some nuggets with you and get you ready for a fantastic week. And yes, we've had another fantastic week, another record-breaking week by the looks of it. So congratulations to everybody that has attended and that's participated. Now, this call let me just turn my phone off because for some reason I'm getting text messages. I'll make sure that, hold on one second, let me just turn it off. Please don't text me while I'm on a call, folks. Okay, there we go, it's going off. I don't know, they do that all the time, they throw me off. And I'm sure some of your team leaders can relate to that, okay? You know, you have a conference call with your group and then you have someone in the middle of your conference call will call you or try and text you and telling you that they're not plugging in. Right? Great, someone's teachable and coachable. Anyway, what a great weekend. I'm down at my lake house. The weather's superb. The lake is calm. And the mosquitoes are biting. And for that reason, folks, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. For that reason, this is going to be a pretty short call. It's going to be about 30 minutes, but it's going to be packed out with a bunch of nuggets. Again, I've got a guest on that will be sharing some nuggets with you. And folks, please, please, please go ahead and get your pens and paper out, and we will be telling you a lot of stuff that you can take to the bank. Okay. So thanks for coming on. Well, what a great day yesterday at Tim Spotman's ranch. Oh my golly gosh, what a ranch that is. I really thought I didn't know they had land that big in Texas. And I've been living here for about 28 years now. And Tim, thanks for your hospitality. 1,000 acres, a bunch of cows. I've never seen so many cows in my entire life. We gone on the boat. We rode the boat. You know, we played games. We shared stories. We did training also. It was just absolutely fantastic. And so, Tim, thank you very much. And folks, we look forward to doing that again. And you know what? Come to think of it, we are going to do it again, aren't we, Mark? We're going to do it again on the 22nd to the 24th of July. Does that ring a bell to you, folks? It should ring a bell to you because that's our convention, I guess biannual convention. And yes, we've had a tremendous amount of folks that's registered, and some of you that have not registered, please go on invitafn.com and register. The registration price is still there at $99. It's an incredible rate for Friday, Saturday, Sunday morning, 3 days of incredible training. You can't get it anywhere, and for that money, you can't beat. So, folks, please do yourself a favor, do your group a favor, and log on and book and register for this convention. It's going to be one of the best things you've ever attended. And I'm telling you right now, some of you are sitting there rolling your eyes and thinking, oh, I don't want to be in a convention for 3 days and a weekend in the summer. Golly gosh, are you out of your mind? I'm saying this because I did that myself. I said that myself many years ago when I got in the insurance business. You know, I was in Dallas, and they had a convention shortly after I joined, and the convention was in Atlanta, Georgia. And I couldn't believe it. It was like $350 then, okay, to go. I just started, and the last thing I wanted was to take my time out of my schedule of running business. And I waited until the last. I made every excuse you can imagine for not going to this convention. And it wasn't until the last minute that I got a final nudge from Philip Hudgens. And he just said, man, if you really want to make it in this business, you've got to attend this convention, which really didn't mean much to me at the time, but I took advice from him. And I'm telling you right now, folks, if I did not take that advice, I would not be here today. That convention changed my life. It turned me into a different person. And my income, I don't know, quadrupled. I went from just a couple $100,000 of potential income to almost over $2 million in income just by attending that one convention. And so, folks, I urge you to register. Come meet me, come meet the other owners, come meet the leaders, and we've got some tremendous leaders with years and years of experience. So do yourself a favor, and when we log off today, register for the national convention. And I've got someone on the call today. I want to introduce him to you. And I've been in this business now for the best part of, say, 15 years. And say about 14 years ago, I started building a group. And one of the first things I did was place an ad in the local newspaper. This is before internet was big as it is today. And so I placed an ad in the Dallas Morning News, and I'll never forget it. It was a Sunday. I placed an ad. I got to work on Monday. I retrieved 22 responses. I invited 11 people for training on Thursday. And one of the folks that attended that training, the gentleman that's on the call today, his name is Mark Fritz. He's my very, very first recruit, and he's been with me since day one. And Mark has made a tremendous amount of money, made multiple six figures working under our guidance, and he's got some nuggets to share with you. And he's done a roller coaster, been up and down. And folks, there's not one thing that you've done or about to do that Mark has not done. So I'd like to introduce you to Mark. And Mark, tell us first of all, okay, about your first convention experience, okay? What was your feelings about going on it, or what was the experience when you got there, etc.? Mark Fritz.
Yeah, I remember that first convention. We actually got, I think we got, we had an ice storm, and we wanted to spend an extra day in Atlanta. And it was, let me tell you something, it was great to have that ice storm because it gave us an extra day with all the leaders there, and nobody could go anywhere, so it was really great. But I remember following you around the whole convention, and anytime you wanted another Grand Marnier, I was your man.
That's a secret. Go ahead, buddy. Go ahead.
But my mentality was this. I'm like, you were an up-and-coming leader, and you were doing great things. And I was like, I'll be darned if I'm going to miss out on anything that you were saying. So I would just follow you around with a glass of Grand Marnier, and whenever you sat down, I just sat down, you'd hand you another glass of Grand Marnier, and just listen to whatever you were saying. Because I'm not the smartest knife in the drawer, I'll admit that. But I can copy people. I'm real good at copying. And I figured if you were making that kind of money, then you were the person to copy. So that's what I did the first convention. I just sat there. I was like a little fly on the wall, just soaking it all in because I knew, my leader was, and you got a lot of recognition at that convention too. I mean, not that you did in other ones, but you got a lot of recognition for what you were doing with the simplistic selling system, and there was a lot of controversy, but it also, you made the point, and a lot of people switched over to that simplistic selling system. There was a lot of good information there. So, conventions, I look at it like this too. If you were a doctor or a lawyer or a professional, you would go to conventions in your field to learn more about how to do your job better and become better at it. So why is this any different? And $99 to a convention to get better at what you do is dirt cheap. It's almost too little. I think you should charge $300. I'll be honest.
Yeah, I had to double check that, and it does show $99. And folks, that's a steal. You know what? For that kind of money, I'll be inviting. If you got team members that are on the fence, I would invest in them. I would invest in them. The $99 would be the best investment you'd ever done in a while in your career. And Mark, tell me, and I recall your hesitance also of coming to the convention. I know that you wanted to come, but you had a little bit of financial challenges. What did you do to get you over the hump to make your flight to Atlanta?
Well, you just told me I had to be there, and I was like, well, I really wasn't that at that point. I really wasn't that interested in going. But you just said I had to be there, and I made it happen. I'll be honest with you. I put it on my credit card, even though we probably didn't have enough credit to do it. We just put it on the credit card and just went on faith. I mean, sometimes you just gotta go about faith.
Great. And do you recall what your production was the year after the convention?
Oh, yeah. I mean, the next year we we just missed the $100,000 ring by just a little bit. I mean, just like a little bit, like, which really pissed me off even further. But but yeah, my income was just under $100,000. And I tell you what, the next year I was bound and determined to get that ring. And what I did was I took a picture of the ring off the internet and I cut it out and I put it on the folder. Every time I went on a trip and I went out of town, I had that folder with the picture of the $100,000 ring on it. And my goal was to drive myself so crazy and get so focused that the next year I would make it, because I was not going to miss it again. There was just no way that was happening again. And I saw Robert and Michelle get their ring, and that really made me mad.
Okay. And so what happened that following year? So you took a picture of the ring off the
That
internet.
next year I got the ring. Yeah, because it was all over the place. I couldn't get away from it. It was on I put it on my computer screen, my screensaver, so when the computer turned on, I saw the ring. When I went out to do appointments, the ring was on the folder with all my appointments, and I couldn't get away from the thing. And it just reinforced it. So I just basically brainwashed myself that I was going to get it, and it happened.
I love that. Brainwash yourself to success. Brainwash. Write down, folks. Write it down. Brainwash myself to success. Mark, I love that. You brainwash yourself to a six-figure income. And you know what? And that's so true. I did the same thing too. There's when I had that first convention, I'll never forget, a guy walked across the stage and he made $1 million. And I thought, absolutely, I just couldn't fathom that in this business. I couldn't fathom it. But what I did, I had to go to him and touch him and make sure he wasn't one of these, these images you put on stage. Okay, I touched him and I asked him to touch his ring, and I touched the ring, and while I was touching the ring, I asked one of the guys to take a photograph of me holding that ring. And Mark, if you recall, when I did, that photograph of me and this gentleman was my screensaver. I had that on my screensaver. So every time I went out on appointments, I opened it and I looked at that ring. And I did the same thing too. I brainwashed myself to make $1 million that following year. And that's exactly what happened. I was so determined and so programmed to make a diabolical income, which is very rare in this business. But it's there. It's attainable. And what's great is that we have a system in place that's put together by Philip Hudgens, again, some of the leaders here, that works, that really does work. Stop kidding yourself, folks. Stop kicking yourself in the rear end and saying this is not working. It does work. It's living proof. The numbers speak for themselves. So, Mark, so you went out and you did 100,000. You did shy of 100,000 your first year. It is over 100,000 second year, and I know the year after that, that ring was what was the attempt for the third ring? What was the
I think we actually got a couple diamonds put in that ring. I think it ran up to over 300,000.
$300,000, folks. Listen to this, okay? This is a guy that came in that worked in the industry and probably made about $30,000 maximum in his prior years. Reluctant, went to a convention, walked around, followed the leaders, went to every breakout session, learned from them, took a picture. He brainwashed himself to success. And what happened? Voila! He made 100,000, shy of 100,000 his first year. Went on to make 100,000 plus his second year, and his third year went on to make 300,000 plus. And that's when your own pen. And now, folks, you can start building a team. That's when the fun becomes. You start building a group, and you are in the perfect place to build a group. There's no other opportunity out there. Yeah, I'm sure there is, but no other perfect opportunity to build a group, and the environment is right, the leadership is in place, and if you want to take your income from six figures to more than six figures, you've got to be at this convention, because there will be a breakout session for team builders. And believe me, folks, we will be sharing numbers that we've never shared before on inside stuff, again, how to build a team fast in 90 days. Now, I wish I could do that today. I mean, I can. Some of you, I've given a little bit of secret to, and some of you are using it, and you are seeing the results. Wait 3 weeks from now, you come into a breakout session with myself and Robert Wallace, and I'm telling you, we're going to blow your mind how to take your business from zero to multiple six figures. What's it going to cost you? $99. That's all, $99. Folks, I was talking to a gentleman the other day, less than 24 hours ago. that actually told me that he invested in a business opportunity. And he's probably on the call right now, listening to me and says, oh no, not again. But I'm telling you, and so you can relate to this, okay? How many times have you invested in a business opportunity because it sounds great, and because you've had a bad week in a reader, you've had a bad month, okay? The leads didn't work out the way you thought they would have worked out. So somebody came and dangled a beautiful carrot for you to join their organization. It's only going to cost you a couple of $100, but you got to bring 1,000 people in to make $10 a month. Oh dear, they didn't tell you that? This gentleman did that, and yet he told me in the same breath that he couldn't afford leads. There's $200 there, just gone, in my opinion, not knocking on every joint, because I don't know anything about it, don't really care, but he's taking $200 of his hard-earned income that hasn't generated anything yet, that he could take it and invest it into buying leads to build his Invita business. And what he could have done, he could have paid, I think it may have registered for the convention, but let's just say he has not. He could take half of that 200, register for the convention, and spend the balance on leads so that when he gets to the convention, he's got a few $1,000s extra in his bank account. I don't know about you, Mark, but that to me is an incredible return on your money.
Yeah, it sure is. I mean, you know, Ralph, I always looked at this business like this. For the price of a license, you're in business. You don't have to buy the forms. You don't have to buy, you don't even have to buy leads if you don't want to. But I'm in business for the cost of a license, and I can make, what, $600 on a $1,000 policy? That's ridiculous. I mean, where else can you open up a business and in one sale be profitable? It doesn't happen. People are in business for years before they make any profit, and they don't pay themselves, and they drain their bank accounts, and they still don't make any money. And you could be in this business and be profitable in one sale, which can take the next. And the day after you get your license, you could be profitable. That's crazy.
You are so. Hold on, I've got somebody just texted me and said they can't hear me. Is that the case with everybody? I'm not sure. I'm getting text messages saying that. Bobby, I know you're on. Can you hear me? If you can, just send me a text and say you can, because I'm getting a couple of text messages saying you can't hear me, which is kind of weird, because how can you not hear me if you, I don't know. Just let me know that you can hear me, okay? Or somebody send me a text and say, yes, I can hear you. My number is 817-291-3311. Let's continue. Let's see. Here we go. Bobby, thank you, my friend. Bobby's saying, yes, he can hear me. Okay, I guess that person probably unmuted himself. All right. Got it, guys. Great. Thank you. Appreciate it. The text is blowing up. Thank you very much. Perfect. Okay, Mark said something very, very interesting here, folks. Listen here. What he said is this. Okay, you're in business for yourself. And let's just say you went out and started an ice cream parlor. It doesn't matter, a restaurant, a car detailing shop. It doesn't matter what it is, okay? You've got to invest in promotion, right? You've got to buy flyers. You've got to put ads in Craigslist. You've got to place ads on the internet. You've got to get magnetic stickers for your car. You've got to go out and walk and talk. It's the same thing here, but one advantage here, folks, is this, is that our business is so profitable. And one of the things that Mark said was that you don't even have to buy the brochures. You just call the insurance. Mark, elaborate a little bit on that. Elaborate on that in layman's terms, because, they can't understand my accent too well. So tell them what you mean by that.
Well, I mean, you don't have to buy any products. You don't have to go out and buy the policy of the application. Those are free. Maybe you have to go out and buy a pen if you don't have a pen. I mean, you don't even have to have business cards if you don't want to. And for the price of a license, you're in business, and you could write one policy. Matter of fact, you could probably write a policy on your wife or your neighbor and make all the money back you spent to get the license, and you're profitable. I mean, there's no other business in the world that you can be profitable day one. I mean, that's
but I'm not sure. Okay, hold on. I'm looking at the Invita crystal ball, and I've got a puzzle face here. They're not quite. They're trying to understand. What do you mean by get free brochures? The pamphlets. Where do you get those from? I mean, is that true? Can you get free pamphlets, free brochures, marketing materials?
You download them from the website from the insurance companies. You got
You
to,
can?
or you can just order them and they'll send them to you. Oh, they'll send them to you in like 2 days.
That's crazy.
You don't even have to go
That's
out.
crazy.
I mean, listen,
Folks, I don't think you realize what... Go ahead. Go ahead.
when I first started out, I had a whole closet in my house that had all the different forms of all the different carriers. I just ordered them, had them shipped to me because I'm cheap.
And they don't charge you for this, Mark?
No, they want me to go sell insurance. They're gonna send me everything they can send me.
Okay, so now you got the information. Now you got the forms, okay? Let's take it step by step, okay? So you just start, you're a brand new agent. I'm looking, we got a lot of people in this call, folks, and I'm telling you, we're about to shake some nuggets on you, okay? And I'm not going to say it all. We got Mark, because Mark's been in the field. Mark's been there, done that. Mark feels your pain. Mark's walked the walk, talk the talk. Mark is sharing stuff with you. So, Mark, you're a brand new agent. You said, you had brochures, etc., in your closet full. Okay, so you organize. You get organized. So what do you order? What do you recommend to an agent that's just got his agent writing number, is ready to get started? What's the first thing you would say to this individual?
You mean as far as getting forms and all that kind of stuff?
Well, forms, plugging in, whatever. Just give me some direction. Give me some. If I say it's like I'm daddy just saying it. Okay,
Right.
I want you to say it being in the field.
Yeah, I mean, well,
Okay?
I think first of all, you got to make sure that you take advantage of all the training you can get. You got to know you don't have to know everything about what you do when you go out there. You don't need to be a genius about insurance, but you need to know enough to be dangerous. So you need to take advantage of the training to learn how to fill out the forms correctly and get that check, how to set that appointment, how to get out there and do it. But as far as all the stuff as far as applications go, you just go right on their website, order the stuff. I mean, make sure you get the right forms for your state or the state that you're traveling to, because if you use a Texas application in Oklahoma, it ain't gonna fly. Make sure you get some, critical illness forms. Make sure you get some high blood pressure and diabetes forms, because those are two big ones that most people have. So,
okay, these forms are supplementary forms, right? You're talking about? Okay.
So if somebody answers
okay.
the high blood pressure, you fill out the high blood pressure form, and that way, when the insurance company gets it, they're going to approve it really quicker than normal.
Right.
And if you don't,
and that varies with carriers, folks. Okay, and this is where it's important to know your product. Okay, and I know Mark's referring to a certain carrier, which could, I think it's America in particular. They want an American Amicable. They want those forms attached. Very simple. Get the form completed. What's a high blood pressure medication? When you were first diagnosed? Hopefully it wasn't before you're 40 years old, etc., etc. These things you will learn as you go in the field. But don't do this, folks, okay? Don't sit around trying to memorize word for word every item on the brochure. Don't sit around trying to study, right? Study the training manual. The best training manual you got is go in the car, take your lead, or I'm going to say a family member or a friend, and get in front of the client and get them to beat you up. Go and get your bumps and bruises. Okay, now you walk out of there and you get one, two things going to happen. Okay, you're going to walk out with an incredible lesson, or you're going to walk out with an incredible lesson plus a check, which means it's valuable, or just a check. Imagine, what do you say, Mark? They give you a check for $100. What do you make? $600? $600? It doesn't make sense, folks. It doesn't make sense. Okay, but don't sit around feeling that you need to master it before you go out. Somebody said to me the other day, I go, Ralph, I want to sit down with you, okay, and I want you to throw all the objections to me, everyone, so I'm prepared when I go out in the field. And I can tell you, folks, I can sit down with this individual, I can throw every single objection that I can imagine. But that will not prepare him when he gets in real life in front of an individual, because they'll probably throw an objection I've never heard. Go out there and discover your own objections, okay? And believe me, you'll be thinking on your feet. And we're just a phone call away. When you go to a client's home, make sure you got your mentor's phone number at hand. Make sure, and you tell the client, don't be afraid to say, hey, I'm going to call my field underwriter or my agency manager. I'm going to get that clarified and make a quick phone call. And in some cases, which you did a lot, Mark, okay, you called me 1,000 times in the field, and explain how that process works.
Yeah, hey, all I would say is, listen, I don't know the answer to your question. That's a great question. Let me get my manager on the line. Let me get that clarified for you because I want to make sure you get the right answer for you. And let me tell you something. The people don't care. They want to get covered. They don't care that you don't know everything because you know what? That makes you look to them to be a person who is trying to help them, and that's what they want. They just want somebody to help them. So they don't mind. Matter of fact, they think it's kind of cool because they've been in a similar position in the job that they do. So when they see that, they're like, oh, wow, this guy doesn't know everything. That's cool. I like that. But he's willing to find out for me. Let me tell you something. Just go out there. I think we used to say this. Go out there and mess it up, and we'll clean it up. You go and slop it up.
Right.
Clean it up.
Right. You mentioned. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to be perfect. That's okay. Go out there and just do it. You know, when you first started to walk and talk and feed yourself, you weren't good at it either. But you didn't keep you from doing it. You just tried.
Right. And I've been close to a lot of agents just as recently. I mean, from everybody's teams. And one of the things I hear a lot, Mark, okay, and you've heard it in the past working with me, is the lead, the L word, okay? The leads suck, the leads are old, the leads are crap, the leads are too new, the leads, right? And it's like folks are looking for an excuse. And I shared this yesterday at the campsite yesterday at Team's Place, that we had one gentleman that came into the office on Friday, and he registered on the back office and signed up for the lead station. Okay, folks, you need to do that. If you haven't registered on that lead sender, you got to go back in your back office and register. The first 30 days, you have a 30-day trial, and you see every lead that's available in inventory that's available in real time. So I trained this individual how to do this, and what he did is very, very, he had a tight budget, a very, very tight budget, okay? And so we figured out what he could spend, and he's quite honest, and I appreciate the honesty, okay? And his budget amount was $32 or $35, I think he said it was the best he could spend at that time. So of course, we've got to respect that. And what we did, and folks, this is what you don't know, okay? And some of you don't know because you've not been back there. And I want to suggest you listen. Turn that BET Awards off, folks. Turn that Facebook off right now because I'm going to show you something that's going to blow your mind. Turn it off. Turn it off. Turn it down. Go into another room. Listen. Okay, I'm going to give you a second to walk into that room because I'm about to share a nugget with you, folks. I'm about to share a nugget with you that's going to change your life. You got it? Good. Good job. Good job. Good job. Man, you guys are so teachable and coachable. Love you. Love you. Listen here. Listen here. Get in the back office. Go and buy some leads. Okay, you're tight. Can't afford the $30 right now. Listen here. On the 5th level, and this is a secret, folks. Keep it quiet. Keep it between us, okay? Because I don't think the guys, Scott and the CEO doesn't get this yet. I don't think they get it. On the 5th level, there's what's called bonus leads. These bonus leads, if you look back there, they are 50 cents. 0.5. 50 cents is half of a dollar. These leads are as recent as 35 days old. Yes, don't argue with me. I'm telling you. As recent as 35 days old. These are leads that were not sold. These are leads that were not bought in some cases, okay? And they roll through the system. They roll down the system. So this gentleman came in, and I shared that little nugget with him. His entire budget, he bought 20 leads, a combination of a couple of $4 leads and the rest were 50 cents leads. He spent a total of $29. $29. He bought 20 leads. It was given to him instantly in real time. And by the time I went to the bathroom, by the time I got some coffee, by the time I spoke to a couple of other guys in the office, I went to this guy's office and I said, how's it going? It already set 5 appointments, Mark. It's set 5 appointments.
That's
out
crazy.
of those 20 leads.
That's crazy.
Break it down to these folks. Break it down to them so they can understand in American terminology, buddy. I don't think they're getting it. They're not getting it. So break down what I just said so they can get it. Folks, don't go back on that computer. Don't turn the TV on. Listen. Mark's going to explain what I just said, and maybe you'll get it. Mark, go ahead.
So you can go. Wait a minute. I just want to get this right, because so you can go in and buy leads that are 30 days old plus for 50 cents a piece, and this guy bought $20 worth, and he set 5 appointments. That's crazy. If we had that opportunity 10 years ago, 15 years ago, when I first got in this business, I'd probably be sitting on an island right now, sipping a drink with a straw in an umbrella. Oh my God, we would have been crazy.
Well, you're right. But the funny thing is, it's all about mindset. We did have the opportunity again, but they were a lot older than that. They weren't 35 days old. They were a lot older than that, and they were used. And listen to here, these leads are $2 or $3 or $4. Here, these leads here in our inventory is 50 cents. Folks, I defy you to find someplace else you can go and get these for 50 cents. Where? You just asked me.
You can go panhandle.
Okay, so the point I'm making, folks, and Mark's about to reiterate this for you that's not understanding me, is that there is no excuse. There is absolutely no excuse not to purchase leads within Vita. And everything's monitored, okay? Some of you guys, slick guys, are thinking you got some contracts and you can use it for whatever. Believe me, we'll know. And the moment we find that out, okay, there's just a zero bar, you terminate. That's going to happen. You buy the leads, you buy it and use it within Vita products, okay? And buy more, get more, and work your promotional guidelines. And before you know it, you're right, there's executive vice president making the ching-a-ling, ding-ding money that we talk about. Mark, it really hasn't sunk in. I don't think it's actually really sunk into a lot of folks. Okay, Mark, hold on. So you don't have $29. You just spent $300 on investing in your license, a training course, everything just to get your business going. So you don't have $29 to buy these right now. So what do? Okay, you got no cash, but you're ready to go. You're hungry to go. You got gas in the car. You got bread on the table. You got a roof over your head, and you got hunger and fire in your stomach. What do?
You know some people that need some coverage. You have friends and family. I mean, for God's sakes, just go call a couple friends up and say, hey, listen, can I show you something I'm getting into? I mean, just go see them. You probably have a brother, a sister, a cousin, a mother, father don't have any coverage. Go write a policy on them. Just say, listen, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to do me a favor. See what I'm doing. I need to show you what I'm doing. And believe me, you'll shake out a policy. Hey, go knock on doors in an apartment complex, for God's sake. Whatever you got to do, panhandle for the money. Put it on a credit card. When was the last time you went out to dinner and spent $60 on a credit card that you wound up paying, what, $300 with interest later on for? You've got a couple credit cards, got a little bit of mileage left.
I'm not gonna knock on doors, but listen to this. I gotta tell you a little story, folks. I like to dabble a little bit in little businesses. And many years ago, I bought a restaurant. I bought a seafood restaurant in the middle of Dallas somewhere. And boy, what an experience. Okay, great location. My wife is the best cook in the world, and she came up with this incredible recipe for catfish. And some of you are probably listening, probably experienced it, the best in the world, okay? And so we opened our doors, we got the great location, got everything in place, opened our doors, we were excited. And we just knew that everybody knew about my wife's catfish. Of course they knew about it, right? So we were there waiting. We opened the door, I think it was 11 o'clock one on Tuesday, and we waited. Before we knew it was 4 o'clock, and no one's walking in. And we're not getting it. We got a big sign, we invested $5,000 in a sign, and no one's walking by. I'm not getting it, and we're not getting it. Everybody knows she cooks real well. And then, but what we realized, okay, and the reason why folks weren't coming in, because we were getting the word out. The following day, what we did, we printed out some flyers. Now, I'll never forget, it was a winter. It was Mark. Winters in Dallas sometimes is iffy. But it's one of those winters when that white stuff came out of the sky. Okay, it came out of the sky and it became icy on the ground. But we had to pay bills. We had to take care of some business, right? And I printed out some flyers, small flyers, Dawn's best catfish and the pricing, the specials, and all that good stuff. And me and my daughter, we pounded the streets and we put those flyers in every single car windshield that we could. I'm talking about 500 flyers. And it's freezing cold. Before we got back, by the time we got back to the restaurant, there was a line at the restaurant. And before you knew it, we had the business was rolling. We were in business because we went out there and we got off our butt to make it happen. Folks, you want your business to roll, you want your insurance business to roll, you got to get off your butt. You got to go and tell your friends, you got to knock on the doors, tell your neighbors what you do. Tell them you're in the insurance business. Tell them you are in the insurance business and ask them if they know anybody that needs insurance. And they do. They do. Who do you have your insurance with? Yeah. And Mark, who do you have your insurance with? May I ask you a question, Mark? Who do you have your insurance with?
America.
America? Okay, and I'm not familiar with America. Is that do you have the old type or the new type?
Oh, I don't know. What kind do you sell?
Well, you know what? I'll tell you what, Mark. I'm going to be in your area tomorrow at 2 o'clock, and I'm going to show you some things that blow your mind, okay? So make sure Nina's there, okay? And, I like my coffee. I'll see you tomorrow at 2. You guys be home, right?
Yep.
See you then.
Okay,
Do you guys just get that bit of... Great. Do you guys just get that bit of nugget? Okay. Mark, they're asking for me to repeat that. Do you recall what I just said? Can you just repeat what I just said? Can you just use that? Yeah. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yeah. I'm going to just repeat it one more time, folks. Mark, who do you have your insurance with?
I have a policy
Very simple.
with America.
Yeah. Okay, folks, is that easy? Okay, is that very easy? Is that a great way to open the door with your warm market? Philip, hey buddy, it's Ralph. I'm going to ask you a question real quick. Who do you currently have your insurance with? What insurance? Well, who do you have your insurance with? Geico? Geico? Okay, that's your car insurance? Yeah. But who do you have your life insurance with? Well, I don't have your life insurance. Whoa, you know what? I'm going to be in your area tomorrow. I want to tell you about something. I've just started. Bang. And go. You say that enough times, folks. Make a goal. Say that 10 times a day. 10 times a day. 10 times a day. And you will never, ever need to buy leads again. You will never, ever be broke again. You do that 10 times a day, you will never, ever, ever be broke again. Repeat after what I just said, Mark. Repeat what I just said.
Hey, Ralph. What kind of insurance do you have?
I don't know. My college, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Mark, can you hear me?
Yeah.
I don't know. I got a couple of insurance policies. Why?
Why? Do you have your life insurance?
I'm sure I do. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, do you know who it's with?
Boy, it's been so long. It's been so long.
Is it the old kind or is it the new kind?
There you go. Straight to the point. Bingo. That's what I'm waiting for. Is it the old type or the new type? I have no idea. I have no idea. And you go to reel them in. You reel them in. You make the appointment. Ching-a-ling, ding, ding, get paid. Ching-a-ling, ding, ding, get paid. That's what it's all about, folks. That's what it's all about.
Listen,
wow.
if you're embarrassed to be an insurance agent, you're in the wrong business. Because I look at it this way. I go home after helping a family. If something bad happens to that mom or dad, their family's getting a check for $150,000, $250,000. You know what? You can go out and buy a lot of stuff, but you can go out and pay your bills for your electricity and all that. But if you die, they ain't sending you a check for $150,000. And guess what? When everybody else is showing up with casseroles to that guy's funeral, I'm showing up with a check. And you know what? That makes a huge difference in somebody's life. So I'm not embarrassed to say I sell life insurance. I'm proud to say I sell life insurance. Matter of fact, I don't sell it. People buy life insurance from me. I just pick up checks.
And that's where the passion is, folks. And you got to get passionate. You got to get passionate about your business. You got to love your business. I'm going to say this before we wrap up, because I'm getting bitten up by mosquitoes like you would not believe. Let me tell you, folks, listen here. Nvidia is going to crown, and I'm talking out of school here, but I'm talking with facts, with clarity, because I see it clear as day. Nvidia is going to create some millionaires. Some of you guys on this call today, listen to me. If you want to be part of that group, that elite group, that's going to change your zip code from where you are to the ultimate zip code, you stay plugged in, register for the convention. Okay, you've already register somebody else to be at the convention. That's going to help change your life. You heard what Mark said earlier. I went to the convention. Mark's right there behind me. Mark's still here 15 years later. Okay, Mark's changed his zip code 2 or 3 times. I know that for a fact. Let's help you change your zip code. Stop following the losers. Stop following these dreams that's changing. These folks have got opportunities, and every day they're changing their opportunities from A to B organization. Stay focused with one thing and do it good. And the thing to stay focused with, folks, is Nvidia. Stay focused. Build your business. Make some money. Have some fun. Live good. It's been a pleasure. Mark, thank you very much for being on a call with me. I've enjoyed it. I've always enjoyed working with you, and I can't wait to rebuild with you, make a lot of money, folks. And everybody on this call, thank you, all the leaders, from Michelle Carter, Richard Carpenter, Rick Ziller, and I can go on and on and on. Jose and Nanette. I'm looking through the list. There's hundreds of you guys on this call. Gary White, Arrow. I'm just scrolling through. Brock down in Houston, Bridget, I see on the call too. Allison Bivens, Bobby. I can go on. Robert Michelle Wallace, of course. I can go on. The names I just called out. So listen to them. These guys will be at the convention. Fernando, always love talking to you, my friend. That's my middle name. I love you, buddy. Gloria, I can go, hey, ching-a-ling ding ding, my friend, ching-a-ling ding ding. I love it. Okay, folks, let's go out there. Let's have a great week. Don't turn the TV on. Don't go back on Facebook. First thing you do is pick up the phone if you're in a time zone that's still before 9 o'clock, and call some folks, make some appointments, and build your business. Build your business. Nvidia rocks, folks. Sign off. See you guys on the next call. Thanks for logging in. Mark, thank you very much again. Let's have a good night. Cheers. Well, you're welcome. Bye-bye.
Hey.
Now, I know how to turn this off. If you can just close this out for me, please, yo. Let's see if I can do this. And webinar. There we go.